Let's continue with our look into seated postures. Seated postures bringing us a sense of calm and refreshing the mind, regulating the blood pressure. We're going to begin by looking at Sukhanasana, cross-legged position, happy pose. So bring yourself to sit cross-legged. If you find this a little uncomfortable, it may help to put a cushion underneath your buttocks, which will help lift the trunk of the body. Take the time to tune in with your flow of breath. You might like to close the eyes to achieve an inner view. You will notice through a constant and disciplined practice that as you observe the self, you begin to be able to see clearer how you are positioned within your skeletal frame and how the muscles and the flesh connect to your skeleton. You can begin to view the self with more accuracy. So scan the body now and become aware of any pockets of tension that you may be holding on to that you can release and let go of. And also checking if there are parts of the body that are being sluggish or trying to hide away from activity, and engage them. So where we view life front on, we tend to forget about our back, the rear of us. So take the mind there now. The flesh on the lower back, activate and engage it to lift, to help elevate the torso. See if you can soften and open in the hips. Allow the upper arms to rest downwards whilst maintaining an erect vertebral column, torso, and breathe. And then opening the eyes, we can release the legs and recross the opposite way. Focus on your alignment. Take time for reflection. Again, that inner sense of observation leading to accuracy, precision. The more precise you become about your positioning, your alignment, the more truth of self you will find. Soften in the neck and the throat. Unclench your teeth and tune in. Especially now focusing on the rise and fall of the chest. And then open the eyes. Sukhanasana, happy posture. Let's move into Dandasana now. Dandasana is staff position and is the foundation for all twists and forward flexions. So it's a great posture to gain true alignment in, to really begin to understand and get accurate about. So we're going to extend the legs forward. Draw up through the spinal cord. Bring the hands either side of the hips. And Dandasana, staff position, is about keeping the trunk erect and upright, almost like a bookend, and bringing the legs into play as well. There's a complete stretch that is happening through the backs of the legs and the fronts of the legs. It's like an energy that's travelling down from the base of the buttocks, along the legs to the heels of the feet, up the feet, then the toes draw back towards the chest and stretch. The energy comes up through the fronts of the legs, the shins, over the knees and the thighs. So it's like a circular breath, a circular passage of energy. So look at when you are drawing the toes back towards the trunk of the body as well, and see if you're tending to just pull the big toes back towards you. Can you move the insteps of the feet towards the wall in front of you and bring the outer edges of the feet towards the sides of the torso? And in that way, all 10 toes will draw towards the trunk simultaneously, giving that accurate and precise stretch throughout the legs. Have the chin parallel with the thighs and tune in to the breath. Now, if you draw those toes back enough towards the trunk of the body, for some of us, our heels will rise off of the floor. That's quite dependent on the size of the calf muscles. For some of us, the heels will remain connected to the mat, and that is absolutely fine too. See if you can draw the shoulders back so that the shoulder blades move towards each other, and this helps expand across the front of the chest. You can push the heart forwards, and expanding and opening across the front of the chest gives greater space for the lungs as the breath cycle travels through them, and can increase their capacity. Increasing lung capacity improves the volume of oxygen that you take in with every breath, and in consideration that oxygen is what keeps you alive, it's what nourishes you, repairs you, revitalizes you, then that just goes to confirm that increasing lung capacity is of great benefit. Dandasana, staff position. Let's release and then just bring ourselves back to Sukhanasana. Happy posture. Rest the hands on the knees, palms down, palms up, whichever way you feel most comfortable. And take a couple of rounds of breath to reflect. And you might like to close the eyes to draw inward. Let's move on now to practice Padmasana, the Lotus. This is a challenging seated position, and in the fullness of time, when you are able to do the posture correctly, aligned, accurately, it's the seat for meditation. So there's several stages to work toward Padmasana, and again, take it nice and easily. Be kind to yourself. Do not judge yourself too quickly or harshly, because your body is going to take time to surrender and release, especially if you have not practiced anything like this before. Now, further back down the days of the yoga practice in these videos, I did commence showing this position, and we have practiced it. So if you are just tuning into the video today, you might like to go back and start at day one and make the journey from there. If not, you're very welcome to practice now. I just want to confirm that you take it nice and easy. No force necessary. Yoga is not a race. It is non-competitive. It is non-competitive against anyone else or even against yourself. You might like to use a belt or a strap. So if you have one of these to hand, have it ready now. So we're going to begin by loosening up the hips and the ankles first and foremost, because they are both very much players in this position, in gaining the fullness of this position. So let's start with loosening the ankles. So draw the heel of the left foot in towards your pubis, and then just hold your right leg over your forearms. So you can grab alternate elbows with the hands, and then just rest that right leg over. And then we'll point and flex the right foot. And again, train your observant eye to fully appreciate the movement. Watch the movement. Synchronize it with your breathing. Find accuracy. And the more you do this, the more your mind and body together in unison can make refinements so as to progress into greater possibilities within the movements and the postures. Let's now make circular movements. First one way, and then the other. And you might hear creaky noises within your ankle while you're doing this. Just keep the breath flowing, and they will soon come to pass as your flexibility and suppleness increase. Okay, let's release that one. We'll open both feet out and then draw the heel of the right foot towards the pubis and collect that left leg over the forearms, and we'll point and flex, and possibly realizing that I have dirty feet, but I've been out in the garden barefooted. It's the best way to be, in my humble opinion. And now, after the pointing and flexing, let's make circles. First one way, and then the other. And whilst you're doing this, keep check as well that you haven't begun to slouch, that you've still got that nice lift through the torso, elevation, because we need to make the space so that our blood carrying life-giving oxygen is able to get into all parts internally. And then let's release that down. So just bring your feet in front of you now and maybe give yourself a little bit of a hug in between. And then we're going to draw the heel of the left foot in towards our pubis, and we're going to bring our left hand to collect the right foot and have your right hand just underneath that right hamstring or behind the back of the right knee. And also here, you could do it where you bring the strap underneath that right knee and really pull it round so that you can actually move the flesh and it opens out some more space underneath the knee. And then we're going to swing back and forth. Now this is mobilising the hip joint. Be aware that you're keeping the knee, shin and heel of the right leg perpendicular to the floor, i.e. they are aligned with each other, they're on a parallel line, and then you know that you are moving the hip. If you're doing this, you're dealing with the knee joint, then you've gone to the wrong part of the body. So you really want to be loosening the hip. Keep the breath flowing. Keep rising up through the torso. And then you can release the belt down and you could see if you can cradle that leg now. And this is actually called rocking the baby. So see if you can cradle the leg and link the fingers. If you can't link those fingers, have your belt, and you can use the belt as a bridge to work those hands together in time. And then continue loosening and freeing up the hip joint. And then gently release. And then let's go opposite side. So we draw the heel of the right foot in towards our pubis. Get that belt or strap and put it just under that left knee. And then you can hold it quite tight and just draw it outwards so that this fleshy part here is actually moving away from the back of the knee and thus making a bit of space. And then you bring your right hand to collect that left foot, the sole of the foot, and start mobilising the hip joint. Keeping the breath flowing. Again, training your inner eye to observe and check the position is being done correctly. If you're doing this, you're just working the knee. We need to be working that hip, loosening the hip, because the hips are the origin of this position, this movement. So if we move from the hips first, everything thereafter is assisting. And gently release. Let go of that strap, and let's see if we can now rock the baby. So you want to look at getting that left foot in the crook of the arm, and then you might need your belt to hold between, or if you can link the fingers, and again keep mobilising the hip. Keep the breath flowing. Draw up through the trunk of the body. Unclench your teeth. and then gently release. Okay, so you might like to just extend back to Dandasana and give the legs a little bit of a shake. Rise up through the torso, have a breather. And then let's move in to the next stage. And if you don't feel that you're ready for the next stage yet, that's fine. You can keep re-practicing the mobilizing of the ankles and hips first and foremost. Just keep repeating those. And with your dedicated practice, before you know it, you'll be able to move on to the next stage. So let's draw the heel of the left foot in towards the pubis. Let's get our belt or strap and put it around that right leg, just at the back of the knee. So we're catching that fleshy part and we're rotating it out. Nice deep breath in. Bring that right foot into the left hand. Use that belt as you rotate the belt outwards and draw that right foot as high up to the left thigh as you can. So you want to look at the right foot in time coming up to position in the crease of your left groin. And then rise up through the torso. Get yourself adjusted and adapted into the position. Relax the shoulders. Unclench the teeth. Breathe. Remember to come out of the position at any time that you choose to. It has to be comfortable. If there's any discomfort, that's indicative of you being misaligned or going too far too soon. So when you're ready, let's unfold the legs and work to the other side. So at the moment we're doing each one individually, and then we will be doing both together. Get that belt or strap underneath the back of the left knee. Draw the heel of the right foot in towards the pubis. Capture that left foot in your right hand. Use that belt to really draw the flesh out. And then you want to bring that left foot as high as you can towards the crease of the right leg, the groin area. And once there, rest the hands on the knees, soften the shoulders, allow the upper arms to be resting downwards. Have your chin parallel to the mat. And breathe in and breathe out. You might like to close the eyes so you can look inward. And then releasing from the position, nice and carefully, taking your time, release the belt, and you might want to extend those legs forward once again into Tadasana, give them a little bit of a shake, and then that moment or two for reflection. And then we're going to try and put both legs together. If you don't want to move on to this next level, then don't. You wait until all of those other levels that we've just practiced it before, wait until they are refined and accurate. So let's first bring the heel of the right foot in towards our pubis. Grab the left foot with the left hand, the left foot with the right hand. Make space underneath that left knee. Bring that left foot as high up into the crease of the groin on the right side. Just release your right foot away and then pick it up and fold it over. And breathe. And then very gently release out of the position, unfolding. And we'll see if we can do it in the opposite direction so that you're practicing both sides. So bring the left hand to collect the right foot, open out underneath the back of the right knee, and then rotating, so you've really softened in the hip, you've softened in the ankle, and you bring that right foot as high up to the crease of the left leg as you can in the line of the groin, and then bring the left foot over the top. Rise up through the torso, elevate, create space as you breathe in. Unclench your teeth. And then gently release. So Padmasana, the Lotus, it's great for meditation. And then just bring yourself back into your cross-legged position, unless you might like to extend the legs out and give them a little shake through. And remember, as you practice this position more and more, just keep re-watching the video over, going through those different levels of softening the ankles and the hips. And soon enough, you will be able to achieve the fullness of the position. Just no force, no rush. So bring your hands to rest, whether palms down, palms up, whichever way you prefer. Close the eyes. Tune in. Be aware of how you feel, both internally and externally. And then open the eyes, bring the palms of the hands together. Give yourself thanks for your disciplined and persistent practice. All benefits will be coming to you. And stay safe in the knowledge that yoga is good for you.